In an exclusive interview with Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell explained the central bank's recent decisions to the American people. "The Federal Reserve is working hard to support you now," he said. "Our policies will be very important when the recovery does come, to make that recovery as strong as possible. We may well be in a recession," he said. "But I would point to the difference between this and a normal recession. There is nothing fundamentally wrong with our economy. Quite the contrary. We are starting from a very strong position. As Americans have been encouraged to stay home, small businesses have closed and laid off workers. States and municipalities have placed restrictions on commerce. That has frustrated President Donald Trump, who has suggested calls to curtail economic activity will diminish his odds of re-election. The virus is going to dictate the timetable," Powell said. "The sooner we get through this period, and get this virus under control, the sooner the recovery can come. It is not a blank check in the sense that we are limited by the ability to take losses," Powell said, noting the Fed's emergency lending is dependent on getting a backstop from the Treasury Department. Effectively, $1 of loss absorption is worth $10 worth of loans. Asked about criticism that the Fed has few resources left to blunt a crisis, because of the breadth of its bond buying program and how low interest rates are, Powell was adamant he and his colleagues aren't lacking the tools they need. Powell's loudest critic is the president, who has publicly attacked the chairman and his decision-making since his tenure as chairman began. In the interview, Powell stressed the Fed's independence. "My colleagues and I here are totally focused on our mission of serving the American people," he said. "We try to do the absolutely best in a way that is completely non-political and nonpartisan.